Alright, for those who are watching this on YouTube, after the fact, video on demand, yeah, shit fucked up because of a time crunch, and so, the YouTube video is starting a little later.
Okay.
Rimshee was late.
Yeah, he went to church or something. I don't know.
Wife had a gig
Pretty gay.
at a church.
Pretty gay.
Yeah, sounds gay.
Yeah. I've noticed calling things gay is making a comeback. And I'm digging it.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
That's because, people want to see if you're a, what's the right
Fashion
term?
yogurt.
No. A sensitive little bitch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of those. I was playing a match of World of Tanks, and this guy who was in front of me basically goes out and gets himself killed immediately. And despite the fact that we were facing the same odds, it was like me and him against like 6 other tanks. Not only did I live longer than him, but I did like 4 times the amount of damage to the enemy team that he did before I was destroyed. Yeah, I went down fighting. And like he sends me this message basically blaming me for getting him killed. Even though I had nothing to do with it really. But
I love you too,
basically
Dina.
I sent back at him, you know, like, cry more, Fabergé egg.
Yeah.
And he immediately comes back. It's like, wow, cool. I'm reporting you to Microsoft. I'm like, wow, weak. You are so fucking weak.
Yeah. So this isn't one of my proudest moments. I'll be clear on that. But I was on Omegle and I was just in like a roasty mood, so I was just making fun of people.
Mm-hmm.
And this one chick I ran into, I threw out just like some throwaway joke at her. And she's like, hey, you can't make fun of me. I used to self-harm.
I remember this.
And then I just immediately played the, weird.
Kill yourself.
Yeah, I played a...
Kill yourself.
And then skipped.
Yeah, you said that on the show. I think week 4 last.
Okay, yeah. Not my proudest moment, but I still think it was really funny.
Well, that's
Don't tell me what
like,
I can and can't say.
That's what I ask a lot. Is like, was it funny though?
I felt bad about 2 or 3 people later.
Like, I can't remember. I was like, somebody was posting some really stupid shit. I can't remember if this was in Mauler's Discord or if it was in the World of Tanks Discord. It was one of the 2. But there was like a heated discussion going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I said something to a guy, and his response back to me was, context is irrelevant. And I'm like, oh, you're one of those people. That explains a lot.
Oh, yeah. I'll argue that all day long. Context is paramount.
Context is everything.
Yeah, go check out that episode where I defend Papa John.
Man, that's an oldie.
Yeah. I do regret saying the N-word during that, but...
It was the World of Tanks server. That's... Yeah, because I said to somebody afterwards who was like trying to argue with the guy, it's it's like, keep in mind that anyone who unironically states that context doesn't matter is someone that you should never listen to or take seriously.
Yeah.
Because they have nothing of value to say to you.
Yeah, like what's a good example? Other than slurs.
Well, a lot of people bring up Count Dankula, but it's a good one.
Yeah, Count Dankula is a perfect example. Everybody forgets the beginning of that video.
Yeah, where he's like,
I want my
you know, like,
my girlfriend thinks her pug is the cutest thing in the world, so I want to make him the least cute thing I can think of, which is a Nazi. That's the beginning of the video. Everybody forgets.
I thought that wasn't that at the end though.
No, that was the
no, he
beginning.
says it right at the very start.
Yeah, that's the very, very beginning.
He makes it very clear his intentions of like what
His
he's
intentions,
doing
the
this
context.
joke for.
He's just
And
fucking
whatever
with
I
his
watched had
girlfriend.
it edited to be at the end.
It was entirely just a prank to piss off his girlfriend. That's all it was.
Yeah. Yeah, because him and his girlfriend would watch YouTube videos, and he was just going to pull it up because she didn't know that he had the account or anything. And he was just going to play that video because they watch YouTube videos together when they're like eating dinner and shit. Oh, yeah, he shaved his beard off, by the way.
Yeah. I love how
weird.
I love how he addressed that too. He's like, "Yep, I know. I didn't check the setting. I just assumed, and I went down the side of my face, and well, I had to finish what you start."
Yeah. Had to even it out. Had to finish what it started.
Oh, he said it wasn't even on the side where he could maybe just hide it. No, it was right in the middle.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank
You
you.
have
I love you,
committed
but you
a
need the
fatal
beard.
error. Yes, he does.
He looks like he's
When I first
destined
saw
for a
him-
wood chipper without it.
Yeah.
Thank you. That is not an invitation to grow a mustache. Not that you're
Dankula,
watching
if you
this,
do
but-
grow a mustache, be very careful with how you grow it.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
uh
Don't wear
It
any
would-
flannel shirts.
Dankula, as funny as it would be, because you are the Nazi pug guy, don't do it.
that would be hilarious.
Bringing
You're
back
in the
the
UK.
chaplain.
Come over to the US. Do that shit all you want. But right now, you're in the UK. You got some crosshairs on you from the government.
And it's getting
Don't
worse
do
for
it.
you guys.
Like,
Yeah.
if that's one person that I could like get their perspective on that, it would be Charlie Chaplin. Just for him, like if he could have seen what happened, where it's just like, are you fucking serious?
Well, that's only because Hitler was a huge Charlie Chaplin fan.
Even still. Huh?
Yeah, it really sucks that mustache is known for what it is. Because Charlie Chaplin did it better. He was funny.
Yeah.
By the way, Charlie Chaplin films still hold up.
Oh yeah, it was an entirely different degree of talent to be
Yeah.
funny when you couldn't actually be heard saying anything.
Yeah. By the way, speaking of movies that hold up or don't, you guys want to go through some,
Yeah, I saw that one and I'm like, oh, This could be interesting. And by interesting, I mean could be really shit.
I glimpsed through the list, and I'm like, all right, fair. And then there's a couple on there that I'm like, no, I'll defend this to the grave.
Also, that Daily Dot one we have to get to because I'm just too curious.
Oh, the Uncrustable.
That is
one?
that is a perfect headline, and I hate it for it.
Yeah, I read through a bit of that article. It's
Cocksuckers.
I have a lot to say about it.
All right, Dina has an idea. What if he grows his facial hair out again and just shaves right here?
Then he'd just be Amish.
No, just right here. He's still got this, just missing this right here.
Okay. So, Screen Rant.
Also funny.
Screen Rant is kind of a joke.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Screen Rant. 10 cult classic movies from the 90s that have aged
Time out.
poorly.
Time out, sir. Rimshee, pull it up.
I'm
Ben Affleck here.
trying to find it. Oh, there it is.
There we go. All right.
Man, before we get into this, like, looking at this picture, I have to say it's like alcoholism is really taking a toll on Ben. I mean, just look at that face.
I think he's just sad.
He had so much more
Look at
life
this.
than...
Why the hell are you putting a hi, Bubba?
Oh, fuck off. Warning, this article contains mentions of sexism and homophobia.
Yes, it does.
Fuck off, screen.
You'll understand. There's a couple movies on the list that I will absolutely defend that do contain sexism and homophobia.
Don't care. This is a pussy thing to me.
If they put Blazing Saddles on the list, they can go
That's
fuck
not the
themselves.
90s.
Yeah, no,
Fair
these
enough.
are just 90s movies.
All right.
Oh man, I don't even want to read through this opening paragraph.
We can just go through the list.
Okay, number 10 is 1999's Cruel Intentions. I've never seen this film.
I never saw
Yeah,
it.
I've
Either.
never seen it either.
Must be a shitty movie.
Apparently, it's a adaptation of a French novel. Now I'm super uninterested.
Fuck the French. Fucking frogs with their white flag. All right.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna ignore that. Number 9, 1994, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Why did it not age well?
Jim Carrey's
The
talents are
transphobia,
wasted in
quote
Ace
unquote.
Ventura, Pet Detective. Though the character has some funny quirks, there's too much wrong with the movie to watch it today without cringing. Disagree. The movie is not funny enough to justify how needlessly offensive and disgusting its plot lines are.
No, pretty funny.
Ace Ventura uses Carrey's signature facial expressions as the crux of every joke. Did you watch the movie? Making them grow stale within the first few minutes. Additionally, his character's treatment of women and blatant homophobia makes it endlessly uncomfortable. To you, maybe?
He's not gay.
Ace Ventura treats the trans woman character in the film terribly and paints her as a villain, as many movies of this era tended to do. However, there's no room for offensive and outdated portrayals of the LGBTQ. Fuck off with your alphabet.
All right, here's the I will fight them on this one because the point isn't that the character is trans. The point is that the character became trans in order to enact a revenge plot.
Yeah, and to hide their identity.
Yeah, had nothing to do with being trans.
Yeah.
As I said, it's almost like this person didn't actually watch the movie.
I will be fair. everybody like gagging and vomiting and like scraping their tongues after they realize they all made out with the villain is kind of like,
Yeah,
but other than that,
Ace Ventura has few redeeming qualities that make it worth watching despite its glaring issues. The humor isn't sharp enough, and the stylization doesn't fall into the realm of camp, making it useless to see the film as anything other than a misstep. Well, I'm sorry you don't enjoy comedy.
yes.
Like, there are absolutely some things about it that, sure, may not have aged so well. May not be as funny as it was back in the 90s when that stuff was funny. Oh, it's not even available streaming.
I watched it last year. Thought it was still funny. So, it held up for me.
Yeah.
That might be
I said
nostalgia
May.
glasses.
I haven't seen it in a while.
The fact that the Miami Dolphins are a significant plot point in the film, too.
Yeah, like Dan Marino is a very important character in that movie.
It's funny as hell.
All right. This is one of those ones I'll defend to the grave, the next one.
1993's Dazed and Confused. I have not seen this film in way too long.
Wait, you haven't seen it at all, or it's been a long time?
It's been so long that I don't remember much of the movie. I know I've seen it at some point.
I've watched this within the last year.
Before Richard Linklater made history with the Before trilogy and Boyhood, he told a more traditional high school story through Dazed and Confused. Though Dazed and Confused can be credited with launching the career of Matthew McConaughey and having some of the most iconic dialogue of the 1990s, there are still dated aspects of the film. Primarily the hazing and violence.
There are dated aspects of the film. It's kind of the point. It takes place in late 60s,
1976.
Yeah, takes place in 1976. They were dated in the 90s. You dumb fucker. I almost said the other F word there.
Yeah. A lot of people forget that even though it came out in the 90s, that Dazed and Confused is actually a period piece.
Yeah.
What F word, Jables? Frenchman?
Oh, you know, Fragile yogurt.
I'm
trying to, I've been saying the word too much. I'm trying to get away from it a little bit.
I wish
Frenchman,
I could
yeah.
say it during this article.
Yeah, I've let it slip too many times on the show. So I need to chill.
I don't recall you doing it recently.
I know, because I've been working on it.
Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. Primarily the hazing and violence the older high school boys used to terrorize the younger ones. While it's clear that this is a terrible thing, it's also played for laughs. Overall, the success of Dazed and Confused outweigh the issues, as the movie is regarded as one of the best of the 1990s and one of the more accurate portrayals of high school. Few films from this era can claim they didn't glamorize violence and make sexism seem cool. However, it's impossible to ignore that there are practically no female characters with development or substance. Oh my god!
It didn't pass the what's that test again? The Bechdel test?
The Bechdel test.
They're complaining it didn't pass the Bechdel test.
The freshman girl has a lot of character development and growth.
You know what the Bechdel test?
I like the older.
Jables.
Yeah, when you have women in a scene and the conversation always goes back to talking about men or something like that.
You have two strong female characters in a scene together with alone in a scene together, and they're not talking about some male character in the show or movie.
Yeah, that's how you
Hey,
passed.
Papa.
It's stupid. It's stupid feminist theory shit.
Yeah, and I don't. That's what, there are plenty of scenes when the freshman girl who's just, going through her hazing and shit like that.
Okay,
And
Jables.
they're not talking about relationships or anything. Or men
Here's
or
my
whatever.
thing, Jables. I don't actually. My problem is not with that sentence. It's with the sentence that follows immediately afterwards.
Which sentence is that?
It's like it says there are practically no female characters with development or substance present in the film, which is something no movie should get away with today.
Fuck you. Sometimes women are shit. Sometimes women are dumb. Sometimes women don't develop. All right, now I'm gonna go full misogyny here.
Sometimes you don't have
It's-
female characters in your story.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't need women at all. Sometimes. Well, it's this show, all dudes. We had a trans. We kicked her out.
I think last year. Was it last
No,
year?
she left.
Yeah,
What?
it was last year that I finally showed Jables John Carpenter's The Thing for the first time.
Yeah.
It's an entirely male cast. There are no women in that movie. Why? Because it's a United States military research base
This back
in
level, please.
Antarctica.
Yeah. And it's not like there weren't women because of sexism. There weren't women because at that time that's what was realistic.
Well, it's not a military outpost. It's a science outpost, but still.
Yeah.
It's funded by the U.S. government. It's in Antarctica. These guys are all a bunch of researchers.
You'll see
Except for
female
McCree.
researchers these days, but at the time, oh, what if one of the guys does a thing?
Well, the thing is set in like the 1980s, like the early 1980s. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, there were
There
like
were no
three
women down in
female
fucking
scientists in the
Antarctica.
world at that time. I'm exaggerating and being a little hyperbolic, sure, but yeah, that's like it was very unlikely that there was going to be a female scientist in Antarctica at that time.
another one that just came up to me off the top of my head, Shawshank Redemption. It's set in a men's prison.
Oh, but that's
Not a
super
lot of
sexist because
opportunity.
the only woman in that movie gets killed. So it's sexist.
Which movie?
We don't even see it happen.
Shawshank.
Yeah, the Shawshank Redemption. Yeah, I said that movie
Please,
takes
Rimshee,
place
tell me you've seen the
in a
Shawshank
prison.
Redemption.
It's been a while. I can't remember if I saw it or if I saw parts of it, and
Oh, okay.
I don't remember most of it.
It's
I
one
think
of
it really-
Morgan Freeman's most notable roles.
Hey, queers in YouTube chat.
Oh.
Clancy Brown is in that movie too, and he's
Now
fucking excellent.
Eli Vile.
Yeah, like this whole thing, like, no female character with development or substance is something that no movie should be able to get away with. It's like, but it's okay to not have female characters in a movie. It depends on what the
Yeah.
story is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and and Dazed and Confused, they do have most of the female characters go through some sort of growth. Not all of them. But that's also a movie that takes place within like a 24-hour period. How much growth do you expect to happen within 24 hours?
If you really want to say anything about the female characters
Goatsy
when it comes to Dazed and Confused, it's the fact that Mila Jovovich can't act.
Yeah.
It's like she was in all those Resident Evil movies. It's like, yeah, because she was fucking the director.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next one.
She's All That, 1999.
I know
I don't really
it, but I
cared
can't
for this
remember it.
movie. Mainly because I don't care for
it's
Freddie Prinze Jr.
It's the original take off the glasses, let your hair down, and now you're hot movie.
Oh.
Today, She's All That is remembered as a classic, but there are harsh realities of rewatching 1990s rom-coms. It's also known for being one of the biggest perpetrators of sexist tropes that run rampant in the genre. There's a scene in She's All That in which Lainey, Rachel Lee Cook, literally takes off her glasses and is then considered beautiful by the charming and handsome Zach, Freddie Prinze Jr. This is a scene that sparked 1,000 parodies, and rightly so, as Lainey's treatment throughout the movie is terrible.
Yeah.
She's the butt of the joke to Zach and his friends until he finds himself attracted to her and suddenly realizes that she has value, her interests and beliefs are played for laughs, and there's little to no pushback on the concept that her makeover makes her a better and more fulfilled person. And Zach barely does anything to redeem himself in the eyes of the audience, though it's a harmless and fun movie. On the one hand, it teaches generations of youths all the wrong lessons about love and self-acceptance.
right.
No, that whole
Who was
movie
the
was
screenwriter
about
for
don't
this?
judge a book by that whole movie was about don't judge a book by its cover. Like, don't discount the nerdy chick. That's the moral of that movie.
I was not expecting that.
She's a good person, and you should have found her attractive regardless.
Yeah.
Apparently, M. Night Shyamalan stated that he polished the screenplay for this. I was not expecting that.
Where are you seeing that?
What? Oh yeah, Matthew Lillard's in that movie too. I just remembered that.
Yeah, R. Lee Fleming Jr. is the official... Because I looked up who the screenwriter was.
Okay.
But R. Lee Fleming Jr. is officially credited as the sole screenwriter for the film. But in 2002, in a 2002 interview, M. Night Shyamalan stated that he polished the screenplay while adapting Stuart Little and writing a spec script for The Sixth Sense. But I look up She's All That screenwriter and M. Night Shyamalan's face pops up. Was not ready for that.
Yeah. No, this whole movie is the... You shouldn't judge people based on their looks. They still have value. That's the moral of the movie.
You can argue that it's not well executed. That's a fair argument. But they are taking the most disingenuous take.
Yeah.
Let's see. Number 6 is Buffalo 66. I have not seen this film.
I've never even heard of it. You
Yeah.
can skip that.
Apparently the director is the main star as well.
Gross.
yeah,
Don't
that
like
never
it.
turns
All right.
out
That
well.
usually
Hold up.
that usually plays out well. Number 5 is Reality Bites.
I haven't seen it.
No, I haven't seen it either.
Didn't know it
Never
existed.
mind.
Hawk?
Ben
Ethan
Stiller.
Hawk, Ben Stiller, and Winona Ryder.
Maybe
Ben,
we
why
should
did you
check
direct
this
and
out.
star in this? This is the second
Ben
film in a row
Stiller-
where the director is also the star.
Ben Stiller gets a pass
Yeah.
on stuff like that. Because he's actually been able to do it competently.
Yeah.
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 It's kind of like that one
Okay.
animator who's known for his head wiggle, because he would constantly have his characters animated where they're talking with a head wiggle, and then on top of that they'd also be walking. And
Yeah.
just talking with a head wiggle is exceedingly difficult was for animators of the time. And so he was just flexing on everyone. He was one of the few people who could accomplish it.
So this is going to cause some discussion. Number 4 is
This is one I'll
1997's
defend to the
Chasing
grave.
Amy. Kevin Smith production. Arguably Ben Affleck's worst movie. Whoa!
No, I wouldn't say that at all.
Yeah, no. I mean, have you seen Geely? Dear God.
Only for the tits.
Yeah, like anybody that would put Chasing Amy as Ben Affleck's worst performance over Geely is fucking insane. Arguably Ben Affleck's worst movie, Chasing Amy perpetuates some of the most insidious homophobic ideologies of the 1990s.
It was the 90s.
I'm intrigued. He stars as Holden, a man who falls in love with Alyssa, played by Joey Lauren Adams, but soon discovers that she's a lesbian and not interested in him. The same thing happened in fucking Geely.
That happened to me in high school.
Because Jennifer Lopez's character in Geely is also a lesbian. Is this a thing that just commonly happens to Ben Affleck in movies?
During this time period, yeah.
However, Chasing Amy hinges on the outdated idea that a straight man can win over a lesbian woman, using it as the central conflict of its rom-com formula. Though the story attempts to use the situation as an opportunity for humor, it doesn't provide enough nuance. Instead of taking a nuanced look-
time out. No, it doesn't provide enough nuance. His whole, like, them falling in love with each other is him asking questions and getting clarification on what it's like to be a lesbian and, like, the gay community and stuff like that. Like,
Well, let's see how they expand on that, Jables. Instead of taking a nuanced look at how sexuality is fluid and might change over time, or that biphobia often prevents people from fully exploring their identities, Chasing Amy simply pokes fun at the entire alphabet community. The entire story is
dramatic movie.
The entire story is predicated on the fact that Holden has something special about him that changes Amy's mind, but this is hard to believe considering how terribly he behaves throughout the film. Though the movie presents itself as a satire, it fails to capture any semblance of respect towards its female characters. Wait.
No, Amy. Her name isn't Amy in the movie. The whole Chasing Amy thing is about it's a metaphor, but
I also take issue with them saying that the movie presents itself as a satire. Does it? I don't remember that.
I don't think that at all. It's a slice of life film.
I know people use media literacy as a joke these days, but Christ, man.
Yeah, no, it's 100% a slice of life film. Main character runs into a situation. Girl that he finds attractive is a lesbian. But they end up getting really into each other and they form a relationship. And it's really great. The end of that movie is excellent. And it's because Ben Affleck's character is a comic book writer.
I can't right now.
And he wrote a comic book about her and all the lessons that he learned about her being a lesbian and shit like that. and he gave it to her at a convention, and then just walked away and was like, we're not together anymore. We don't have a relationship anymore. But I want you to know I did this for you. And it's a very beautiful moment. Sorry, spoilers for Chasing Amy. It's the journey that's really important for that one. So.
The movie came out in 1997.
Yeah, but these things go in cycles too. So, like 1997, youngsters might not, who have never even heard of it, will probably be like, "What's this about?"
Yeah. I
Moving
was
along.
big Kevin Smith.
Are you
Finish
still
your thought.
talking?
Jables?
Sorry. I was just a big Kevin Smith fan, and I think Chasing Amy is as far as showing like a human experience, I think it's one of his best films.
Number 3. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 1990. I liked this film as a kid.
Yeah, what's wrong with this one? That they had like kids smoking in a warehouse, riding skateboards, and playing arcade games?
Visually, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles can't compete with any of the live-action movies of today.
Well, yeah, there's new technology, you dumb cunt.
As the turtle suits have aged from slightly uncanny to downright unsettling, I disagree, but
I think they're fine.
it's clear today that the 90s movie trilogy of the beloved comics was a misstep in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles universe. While it's interesting to
fuck
see
yourself.
how the studio imagines the turtles might look in the real world, the story is better suited to an animated format for a screen adaptation. I mean, the cartoon was
they're
better,
mutant
yes.
turtles. Of course, it would be better suited for an animated format, but like, even looking at the thumbnail for this video, those look pretty good.
Yeah, considering
They're
this is
not perfect.
1990.
Yeah, they're not perfect. They were never gonna be perfect. But I'd rather watch this than the abominations that they showed for fucking the CGI bullshit.
Yeah.
Also, just thinking back on the movie, like, those suits, like, the stunt actors in them had a surprising range of motion.
Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles doesn't even boast the iconically unexpected cameo from Vanilla Ice that the sequel includes. No, we don't talk about the sequel. Or the third one.
I'd rather talk
I
about
try
the
and
third
forget
one than
that
the
they
fucking
exist.
sequel.
It's somewhat astounding that the film was as big a hit at the box office as it turned out to be. Why? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was huge in the late 80s and early 90s.
Yeah, it's massive.
There was nothing particularly interesting or original about this iteration of the characters, and the movie lacked the stylized and campy sensibilities of other live-action comic book films like Tim Burton's Batman. Tim Burton's Batman was campy to you?
That was
This
pretty
is someone just
straightforward.
doing world salad.
Nah, this is
Also, that
bullshit.
just makes me think. It's like, could you imagine if we had gotten Tim Burton to adapt the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comics?
Dude, that would have been crazy. I actually think that
I'm
would have worked
talking-
really well.
In the original Dark Horse comics,
Yeah. I think that
Yeah.
would have
where
worked
people
really
die
well.
and shit.
Yeah, like Dina said, the original TMNT was not kid friendly.
No,
It wasn't.
no, it was not. Well, it's just like the Men in Black, like the Will Smith movie and stuff. That was originally comics as well, And in the comics, the Men in Black are the bad guys. Well, Agent K is, anyway. He's a fucking psychopath.
Alright. Let's move on to one that we can all get fucking mad about.
Oh,
Number
fuck
2.
you.
Robin Hood Men in Tights. Anything that they say about this is wrong.
I am so confident in my defense about this. Sir, I'm going to let you read this uninterrupted while I go pee.
Though some of Mel Brooks' funniest movie scenes took place in Robin Hood Men in Tights, it's not his strongest film and hasn't aged well in some aspects of its humor. It's expected that comedy movies from decades past will have dated elements as expectations and standards have changed, but the movie would have been considered blatantly sexist even then. Additionally, outside the social issues in the film, it's just not on the same level as the classics from the director, gets off to a slow start, and relies on trope-based jokes to engage the audience. The best part of Robin Hood Men in Tights are the performances from the stellar cast of comedians that Brooke assembled. There are some inspired comedic moments, but the movie unfolds predictably and doesn't tread new ground on the traditional Robin Hood narrative. Additionally, the jokes feel tired and almost like shadows of the originality that Brooks demonstrated earlier in his career. Robin Hood Men in Tights caters to the lowest common denominator in trying to get laughs out of its audience.
It doesn't bring anything new to the Robin Hood genre. Go fuck yourself! It's a comedy about those movies!
Yeah. Like, when... I never know how to say his... Carrie Ells says, unlike most Robin Hoods, I can speak with the British accent. It's like,
did you think that was a comment about other Robin Hoods in the universe that he is currently occupying? Or a direct joke about other movies, like the one with Kevin Costner?
I was just curious to say, it's like, discounting Alan Rickman's stellar performance as the Sheriff of Nottingham.
Yeah.
Robin Hood Men in Tights is a better Robin Hood movie than Kevin Costner's film.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Here's the thing that I think that this writer is completely missed, or is just unaware of, is that Mel Brooks films are a genre that you don't see much anymore.
And
because nobody can do it well anymore, and that's called a parody.
Robin Hood Men in Tights is the perfect introduction to Mel Brooks films, in my personal opinion, because it's not as dirty as other Mel Brooks films.
Or potentially controversial as, say, Blazing Saddles.
Yeah, and it's relatively slower paced than other Mel Brooks films.
It's a great introduction.
The fucking Patriot Arrow.
Spoof movies.
Yeah.
It's a great introduction to spoof movies, which just don't get made anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scary Movie was one that followed this a similar path in terms of we're trying to be a spoof movie.
Well, as Jables just pointed out, it's like outside of like the first Scary Movie, which had some good elements to it, that series completely fucked up.
I think the second one was
movie
good too,
forever,
but that's yeah. No, I liked 1 and 2.
There's a reason why...
I think 3 was jumping the shark a bit, and then by 4 they were fucked.
Well, it didn't just end there. Then you had Disaster Movie.
Yeah.
An epic movie.
And superhero
Meet
movie.
The Spartans.
It was someone who wanted to be the next Mel Brooks, but couldn't properly name their movies and didn't know how to write compelling storylines. Because, like, prime example,
just wanted to mash a bunch of movies together and make fun of them.
That's the thing. It's like, as I said, like spoof movies are a lost art now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, prime example, and this, I'll bring Blazing Saddles back up. It's a spoof movie about westerns as a whole. It's not necessarily about a specific western or anything like that. It's westerns as a whole. It spoofs an entire genre. But it does it so well, and it has its own compelling story that you actually don't mind.
Like one of the most brilliant spoof films of all time is fucking Airplane.
Yeah.
Fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that's a disaster movie spoof. It's a spoof about all disaster movies.
Yeah. Like, you want to look at Robin Hood Men in Tights? That's a spoof movie about Robin Hood movies in general. Which there were enough for this to be a spoof about. Young Frankenstein is a spoof movie
there was the
about
Kevin Costner one. There was the
Errol Flynn.
There was the Disney version that made everybody furries.
Which they're talking about remaking, and it makes me very sad.
They're gonna do a live action, and we're all gonna hate it, and they're gonna fucking ruin shit.
Put a chick in it and make it gay, you know.
Lucky's gonna be gay.
Fucking hate it.
You know, like Airplane 2 is not as good as the first movie, but it has one of the most brilliant, like, decisions I've ever seen in a spoof movie, where they have William Shatner playing a parody of William Shatner.
Oh, William Shatner, like from the Twilight Zone movie? He's playing that same character?
No, he's like playing like this like military commander on the moon base.
Oh.
But he's basically, it's William Shatner playing a parody of a William Shatner character, and it's fucking hilarious.
Nice. Yeah.
They just don't do it like they used to.
Robin Hood. There are two jokes in Robin Hood Men in Tights that I don't think hold up. One of them is when a Chew says, "Hey guys, I need some air," and then he does the pump thing on his shoes. I don't think that holds up because nobody knows what Nike pumps are anymore.
But that is only because those were popular then and then just straight up disappeared. Like, yeah, tie your shoe, and then in order to make it fit even tighter, pump this air pump.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think part of it is those kept...
Yeah.
If you get the joke, you get the joke.
Yeah.
The other joke that might not hold up is when Nottingham Castle gets taken away. And Lincoln is there on the toilet and he's looking at ye old Playboy for the blind.
Dina?
And he's like feeling the page because it's
yeah.
that might not hold up because people don't know what like
a magazine is.
Not even a magazine. People don't know what a centerfold is. Like, we'll get even more specific on that. But yeah, like those are the two jokes that I think of that would not hold up at all.
Dina said that spoof movies or TV series are still being made. Yes, it's not that they're not being made. It's that
they suck.
Yeah.
Yeah. As I said, because nobody knows how
it's
to
a
do
lost
it anymore.
Art at this point.
There is an art to making a spoof movie. And yeah. Because like what?
Yeah, the next comment you
spoof
made was, I was
movies-
going to make a joke, but I'm going to leave it alone.
Because what spoof movies turned into was not spoof movies, but referential humor. And that's not what a spoof movie is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, this is a thing that happened in this. You remember this, right? Isn't that funny? Okay, but what's the joke? You actually
Yeah,
have to
there's
write
also-
a joke and have a
It's
payoff.
basically it turned into unaged nostalgia bait.
Yeah. Yeah, it's member berries that tries to disguise itself as comedy, but it's not that funny.
Yeah. You know, like, to this day, like, I watched, like, I sat my younger brother down because he'd never seen Airplane. And we sat there and we were watching this movie, and we got to the one joke that basically kills me every fucking time.
Wait. Let me guess. Real quick. Is it the little girl with the coffee?
Yes!
All right, go for it.
Yeah, the little boy, he offers the little girl something. He offers her sugar. She's like, oh, I like my coffee like I like my bed. Black. Like, God damn it.
Which
And just
is
the look
ahead.
of shock on my younger brother's face when she said that line made it even funnier.
Well, she delivered it so dry.
Yeah.
well,
That
was
was what made it funny.
So it is referential humor in that specific instance. However, it's also the sheer delivery of it, who it's coming from, and it's its own joke. It just happens to contain referential humor.
I mean, there are some jokes in Airplane that they would never let you get away with today. Where, especially the pilot. Billy,
The
you ever been
inflatable
to a
pilot?
Turkish prison?
Yeah.
You interrupted me.
Sorry.
I said, like, the pilot was just like, Billy, have you ever been to a Turkish prison? Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I also remember Leslie Nielsen, because he was a well-known dramatic actor.
He was a well-known, serious
and
actor.
The directors, like, he opted in to play the part in the movie and stuff like that. And the directors were like, no. Leslie, don't play this funny. Play it serious.
Yeah. Play it straight.
Play it as well as you would just a regular dramatic role. Just do it that way. Because he was trying to, like, be goofy and funny about these lines. They're like, no. It's way funnier. Trust us.
It gave us one of the most
did-
iconic line deliveries in cinema.
Don't call me Shirley.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Yeah.
I mean-
Fucking the air traffic control guy. Where, like, he's, like, picking up all of his habits again. And the last one, he's like, I picked a bad week to stop sniffing glue.
Yeah.
Well, but I mean,
Fucking
like,
ridiculous.
one of the biggest points about, like, a spoof movie versus referential humor movies. Let's take a look back at Men in Tights. The scene where fucking Blinken is in the middle of his sword fight. Turns out it's
Oh yeah, he's just
fucking
fighting
Beam.
a pillar.
Yeah.
And then they come back to him and it's all a toothpick almost.
There's just a pile of fucking sawdust on the floor.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just
That's
breathing
like
hell
that-
is-
What fucking movie would that be from? Like, I can't even think of one where it makes sense to steal that from him.
No,
That seems like perfectly placed to be a joke about Robin Hood movies.
Well,
And
the thing
just,
is that,
well,
like,
what if he was blind?
well, it's
Yeah.
yeah.
Mel
It's
Brooks was also a
there's-
fan of silent movies.
There's also another scene when Robin Hood's trying to cross that little bridge over that.
Oh,
little
yeah.
Embarrassment of a creek. And he fights.
It's the
this little
principle
John.
of the thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like Dave Chappelle's character, a Chew is like, I'm on one side, now I'm on the other side. Not a Chew. It's the principle of the thing. And then they go into that bow staff fight, and it keeps breaking and gets smaller and smaller until they're just like, until they just have like one little stick, and they're just like slapping each other's hands.
It literally turned into a fucking slap fight.
Yeah, every time it snaps in half, they're like...
They throw the other half away. Yeah. It's
Oh.
yeah. I want to watch Robin Hood Men in Tights now.
I do too!
All right, everybody, watch party in the Discord. We're gonna watch Robin Hood Men in Tights after this.
Yeah. We have one final movie on this list, though.
I don't care about the final one.
Yeah, let's see what it is. Last Action Hero.
This is kind of a controversial movie.
I don't think it's a bad movie.
No, I don't think it's terrible. It was definitely a transition in Arnold's career.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like Stallone with, was it Stallone? Yeah, Stallone with Demolition Man.
That movie's great.
Yeah. But it's surprising how well that fucking movie predicted all this shit that we're seeing now.
Yeah, like,
Demolition Man was kind of prophetic. A movie
Okay,
that was
so-
extremely prophetic when it came to like television, especially, was Network.
So the only fast food place that you can get a cheap meal at anymore is Taco Bell. And in Demolition Man, Taco Bell won the fast food wars. And I'm thinking this is the start of it.
Well, yeah, because like hold on. They recently Taco Bell had a new value menu thing that they've done. And it's like the single greatest thing in fast food at the moment.
Yeah, it's like $2.50 for a McChicken now. And like,
Where
Taco
is it?
Bell's
Where
doing
is
it right.
I think it's under combos. Yeah, the Lux Craving Box.
Yeah.
For $7, you get a medium fountain drink, a Chalupa Supreme, a beefy 5-layer burrito, a double stacked taco, and chips and nacho cheese sauce. That's a
Makes me
lot of
hungry.
fucking food, man.
Yeah.
No other fast food place is going to give you that deal.
To be fair, they know their target audience, which is pot smokers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like Taco Bell a long time ago is just like, yeah, we're going to cater all of our menu items around stoners and people that are hungover.
Yeah.
Stoners, people that are hungover, people that are drunk. That's it.
And it just happens to end up being really tasty for everybody else.
Yeah.
It works. Like, there's all these jokes left and right about, oh, you'll spend so much time on the pot. Let's be honest here. That's not true. Unless
That doesn't
it's
happen
it's
to me at
not
all.
it's I have never had that sort of reaction eating fucking Taco Bell. I have had some bad Taco Bell in the past, but I've never had an issue with how it digested.
Yeah. I've had some. Maybe I put a little too much Diablo sauce on that burrito. Kind of burns, but other than that,
Yeah, like as much as I love it, the fast food near me that always like makes me like the gassiest or whatever. It's not Taco Bell. It's White Castle.
I've never had White Castle.
But I fucking love White Castle.
I've never had White Castle at the actual restaurant. I've only seen those little.
Frozen.
burgers.
Don't buy
burgers
them in
and
stores. Don't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that you've told me
exactly.
that,
I-
and So the only time I've ever had those was when I was a kid, and it was my parents purchasing them to try them out, and I'm sitting there going, "These taste like ass." But I also don't like
Yeah.
onions in my burgers, so.
Yeah,
well,
if you
then
don't like
go to White
onions, you're
Castle.
not gonna like White Castle.
Oh.
Like
for
as
for
soon
me,
as
it's
you walk
more.
into a White Castle, the smell of grilling onions immediately hits you in the face, and I fucking
So
hate it.
my big thing when it comes to onions is texture. Like, I hate the popping and the snapping when you're eating raw or semi-cooked onions. If that makes
So like
sense.
grilled
Oh, no,
onions
no,
that are
no, no,
nice
no.
and soft are good for you.
I don't know. I've kind of avoided those because of my aversion to the rest of it. But I have had those little... Like, if they're cut up small enough, like on McDonald's burgers, it's not as big of a deal.
Oh yeah, they're like that.
Like White Castle onions, they're larger than like the little onion pieces on most McDonald's burgers. They're like little squares, but they're fully caramelized.
I'd have to try it, but I'm hesitant just because of onions.
Yeah.
Because
But as I
sometimes,
said,
admittedly, sometimes the flavor can be overwhelming. But yeah, the flavor's not an issue so much.
Speaking
that's me.
Speaking of sandwich toppings, brings into a topic that I posted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
let's talk
is
about
this about-
sandwiches.
What is this about sandwich pickles?
Stop putting pickles on sandwiches.
Go fuck yourself.
No, hold on.
Yeah.
Hear me out. Hear me out. The only reason why we put pickles on sandwiches now is because pickles used to be served on the side with a sandwich, so that you would eat your sandwich, take a bite of the pickle, and then continue eating your sandwich, because pickles are a palate cleanser, so you can enjoy more of your sandwich. Enjoy your entire fucking sandwich. Have a pickle on the fucking side. Stop putting pickles on your sandwiches.
No, I'm gonna keep doing that because I like the flavor of pickles on my sandwich.
No, do the pickles on the side. Trust me. You'll enjoy the rest of your sandwich so much more if you have the pickles on
No,
the
like-
side.
Except
To
I
cleanse your
don't.
palate so that
I
your next
don't.
bite tastes like the fresh bite.
It doesn't.
Okay. It depends.
It does.
It depends on the sandwich. I understand what Jables is talking about, because like Firehouse subs, for example, they always offer to serve a pickle spear alongside your sandwich.
Yeah.
But like there are some sandwiches that just are not the same if you don't have pickles. For example, to bring it back to White Castle, pickles are a vital component of a White Castle slider. If there's no pickles on it, it's not a White Castle slider.
Mm.
The only exception is like the jalapeno cheese ones, where the spicy cheese doesn't meld quite well with the pickle flavor. But like your basic White Castle slider is beef patty, caramelized onions, and pickles. That's it. There's no condiments on it. That's just what it is. But it works. Especially with cheese.
I disagree.
Jables, you're never gonna convince me to leave pickles off my sandwiches. It's just not happening.
I'm not saying leave. I am saying leave pickles off your sandwiches, but I'm saying have pickles on the side.
Yeah,
Is there a
it's
palate
not the
cleanser?
same for me.
No, they're
It does not.
they're pal-
It does not taste better.
Like I said, it depends on the sandwich.
Depends on the sandwich. It depends on the person.
All right, chat. What do you guys think? Because I honestly, having a burger, sans pickles, but having pickles on the side, take a couple bites. Now my mouth is used to that flavor. Take a little pickle. Now my palate is cleansed. Burger tastes great again. Like, my mouth isn't used to the fucking burger anymore. It's about making a better sandwich. It's about making a better sandwich experience. Because you are cleansing your palate while you eat it, so it's always still fresh. Your mouth doesn't get used to the flavor.
And I'm telling you, there are some, like White Castle sliders, where the pickle is essential to its flavor profile. It is not the same without it.
There's always going to be exceptions. I'm not going to deny that.
That was my whole point. Is like it really depends on the sandwich.
Depends on the sandwich, and it depends on the person. Because some people, the reality is, when it comes to matters of taste, the customer is always right. Everyone's going to have individual tastes.
Properly.
Why the fuck do you think? What? Of course I'm going to use it properly. I know how to use it, unlike some people. Not saying people in this group.
All right, for the audience that doesn't know, the customer is always right is an often bastardized quote. It's when it comes to taste, the customer is always right. So, yeah.
If you've ever worked in customer service, then you know the full quote and the full context.
Not always. There are absolutely some places that still bastardize it because they don't know anything.
Oh, I've had a manager that was like, the customer's always right. Anyways.
Sir, the customer is saying this item is supposed to be free. Since the customer's always right, do I just give it to him? Go fuck yourself, idiot.
No, when it comes to matters of taste, the customer is always right. Essentially,
I believe the exact quote is
they're right.
I believe the exact quote is in matters of taste, but I mean, I could be wrong on that too.
Well, just like, like the old joke of, like me being a hobophobe. Like that came out of my customer service experience, where, at least in my case, it's like, oh, like the customer's like, well, he's not a customer, he's a fucking thief, and he needs to get the fuck out of my store.
Yeah. By the way, Rimshee, before you popped in, Sir and I were like reminiscing over old clips that Crab made. By the way, thanks, Crab.
We've had fun here.
Yeah.
I'm still shocked that was clippable.
Well, I just realized how funny our show was because I was going through a bunch of old clips before camera. And
Let's go so much for getting that one clip. Because holy shit. I'm glad that we have that for posterity.
What, the homophobe or the what the fuck Jables?
Jables Y.
Jables Y? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I played this clip.
Don't do it!
The salami baloney clip. You know which one.
The one that got the stream to shut down for a few seconds.
Yeah.
That is the closest we have ever... That's the closest we have ever gotten to being canceled.
And Dina, just because I can subsist on crayons does not mean I know what food tastes like. And what good food tastes like. I just don't like the flavor of a sandwich without a pickle. There's a difference there.
Yeah. I implore you to try it on the side.
I've done it before.
But-
The sandwich still does not taste good at that point. I don't like the flavor without the pickle.
Okay, fair enough.
Like, there are some, like, particular meats on sandwiches, like, especially if it's kind of like a fat.
Oh yeah, there are
meat.
exceptions there, like pastrami. No pickle. Fuck that.
Like, if
But the,
it's like a fattier meat, having the acidity of the pickle can help cut through some of that.
Yeah.
I know that it's popular on tongue sandwiches as well.
Also, by the way, you guys have to admit, me playing that song at that time was the funniest option.
Yeah, it was perfectly timed.
yeah. I'm just surprised we stayed on air.
We didn't. Our stream shut down, and then it restarted once I stopped playing it. And then...
Not for everyone. It was for like 50% of our audience that happened. The other 50% apparently were able to continue watching.
Oh, okay.
But no, like, it was for,
crap,
like...
we're not going to move to Rumble.
Yeah, there's no reason to.
Yeah,
It's like, we are at no risk of being demonetized on YouTube.
yeah.
Or
We're
like,
not monetized
Twitch.
to begin with.
a majority of the audience that we would gain from Rumble, I don't think we would gain an audience from Rumble because we're critical of a lot of those people because they're all dumb.
But, you know,
Critical
I
of whoever
understand,
the
you know,
fuck
like
we want to be critical of.
Yeah.
streams like Friday Night Tights, like they do an extra hour on Rumble now after their YouTube show. But that's specifically so they can talk about things that they know that YouTube will probably hit them with in the algorithm.
I mean, we're sitting here wondering if we should mess with Jeff's chat.
Jeffs. Yeah.
I
I
peeked
mean, he's
in
live
at
right
the
now. I'm not feeling it at the moment. So.
I peeked in at the stream earlier, and he was doing a video about some lady talking about the Trump incident. It's like,
Oh yeah, and his announcement for the roundup, he was talking about
Well, right now he's got some kids reenacting the Jesus carrying his cross to the hill.
all right, that's
And
fun.
some blonde white dude with blue eyes talking shit, apparently. I'm not listening to it, but I can only imagine the anti-Semitic things this guy's saying.
Probably.
he's got
Yeah,
that kind of
it-
haircut.
And the guy Jeff's watching is not much better, I'm sure.
Yeah, and
Dude, what the fuck is Jeff wearing?
the only reason why I want to troll Jeff's chat is because he knows we do this.
Yeah, I would almost want to mention the fact that he started Kekistan, but I don't even think most of these people know what Kekistan is anymore.
Well, let me look through the chat. Let me see if I see any. El Duderino. I don't see any familiar names.
I see Griffin
Outside-
Doggo.
outside-
Doggo.
Outside
Mickey.
of the mods.
I think Chaotic Kitten is, what's her face? The one that tried to get Bar banned from the mod team and from Jeff's server.
What a dumb cunt.
Yeah, that went over well. That shit was really fun.
Oh, lizard.
Okay.
Exquisite
no.
Lizard? Yeah, I know Lizard.
Yeah, so Griff, Mickey, Lizard, and then we know of Kitten, if that's the person I think it is.
Yeah.
I will say Mac and Bees is a pretty nice username.
I know Teddy Rubskin.
Oh yeah.
It's like
old
improv. You have
Teddy.
to agree with them and then throw in the truth. No, that's not what. It's not what improv is.
I liked how
dumb
his
little-
glowing
dumb
skull
little-
on his desk
you dumb-
keeps when it turns green, it just makes an entire section of his set fade out.
Shut up, Rimshee. Jables is getting triggered at a stupid person.
Huh?
No, I was just saying, like, it's funny. It's like Jables is like, oh, I'm gonna go look at Jeff's chat. Somebody says something in Jeff's chat. Jables is like, you dumb motherfucker.
Oh, I didn't say fucker.
Okay, who
That's
the
the
hell
other
is
I know.
Kermit?
That's why I muted
Thorson?
myself.
Kermit Thorson, I guess Daddy is a bit more counterculture to the soldier agent booth. What the fuck?
I have
What
no
the hell
context
does
for
that
what's
even
happening.
mean?
Jeff was counterculture as fuck.
Yeah, now he's mainline culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of establishment, man.
Yeah, punk is now the culture. Punk is now mainstream. It's not the counterculture thing it used to be.
So I'm a mod in this chat. What do you think would happen if I dropped the F slur in the chat?
I don't think that's a good idea.
I think that's a bad idea, but I am entertained by the prospects.
For scientific reasons, I'm very curious.
Say whatever you want. It's still not.
I have a feeling that there are going to be people in this chat that are going to see that and lose their collective shit.
Maybe I am a mod on here because I keep seeing these "this is held for review" posts.
Yeah, so you're a mod. Wait, no. Are you
Oh,
able to
wow.
allow or deny it?
Jables, look
don't
at what's
know.
on screen.
What?
I know that guy. Yeah, I'm allowed
that
to show or hide. So I guess he made me a mod at some point.
Yeah. Oh, fucking Burb's in here?
Yeah, Burb's in there.
Won't show up to our show ever. All right, Rimshee, at least pull the chat up on screen.
Not happening.
Oh,
Especially
come
with mod capabilities, not happening.
on. Yeah. Oh man, I want to go so unhinged in that chat right now. Fuck you, Jeff. Fuck you.
I almost want to make a separate account just to troll the chat.
Yeah.
Not enough to actually do it, but almost. Well, shall we look at a, Shall we look at a
I want to talk about this.
Dear Lesser
sandwich
Saints?
thing.
Yeah, let's do some Dear Lesser Saints.
No, I wanted to do the sandwich thing.
You want to do the sandwich? What sandwich thing?
The Uncrustables. I wanted to do that.
Oh, yeah.
I'd
Really
be
got
super
Uncrustables.
curious.
Alright, I'll pull it up.
Okay. That's what you're doing every time you buy these. Shopper warns against buying Smucker's Uncrustables.
What? Whatever. Just read it. I don't
I
even want to.
I skimmed through this article. Do you guys just want to talk about it a bit, or do you want to read the article, sir?
I want to read it real quick.
All right.
Smucker's Uncrustables are a beloved childhood staple, bringing nostalgia with every bite, in addition to stirring memories. They're a quick snack when you're in a hurry. I've personally never liked them. There's something kind of off about the bread, but...
Yeah, it's been frozen.
And because they're so popular, the company made over $800 million in 2023. However, with the beloved PB&J's retailing for almost $15 at Target, TikTok user The Craftologist reveals how to make Smucker's Uncrustables at home, allegedly for less money. If I came up to you and said, hey, I'll do that for you if you pay me double, would you do it? That's what you're doing when you pay for these Uncrustables, she says, unveiling a freezer full of 10-pack peanut butter and grape jelly Smucker's Uncrustables sandwiches that she purchased for $9.48. They're literally so expensive for no reason. Oh, so that's what this is.
Yep. That's the entire crux of this article.
Well, that's lame.
Yeah. Do you know why they're so expensive? You're paying for convenience.
Yeah. And packaging. And shipping.
Branding.
My mom really likes the ones that are the peanut butter and honey with wheat bread.
I like the strawberry ones. And they're nice. You know, you keep them frozen, you toss them in your little lunch bag. They'll thaw out by lunch. They're nice. They're convenient.
Yeah. You know what I think is great? Is that so many more things now are like getting air fryer instructions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been seeing that a lot more.
Like one of the ones I did recently was toaster strudels.
Nice.
Where it's just like, I don't know, man. Like, toaster seems to work pretty good. And I figured out like the perfect like time setting basically for toaster strudels in my air fryer. And it's like, I don't think I can go back now.
Yeah. Air fryers are great. They're fast ovens.
I made cinnamon rolls in mine.
Huh.
They turned out really good.
Yeah, they're just toaster ovens, but cooler.
Like mine is like, I've got like this Ninja model.
Me too.
It's got air crisp. It can be a pressure cooker. It can steam, bake, roast, slow cook,
Pressure
yogurt,
cooker.
broil.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's got an entirely different lid that can go on the top that turns it into a pressure cooker.
God damn, you got a
What?
wild one.
Yeah, mine's
What
an
is-
8 function.
I've got a multi-function pressure cooker, rice cooker sort of thing.
No, we're talking about air fryers. His air fryer is also a pressure cooker.
Yeah,
That's cool.
it can also be.
We have a
it can also
separate.
be a dehydrator.
We've got an air fryer, toaster oven, dehydrator sort of thing, and then we've
Yeah, I
got
got
a
one.
separate pressure cooker.
So Rimshee's making bombs. Frank, get him.
I thought they fired Frank because he started to get radicalized. Didn't they hire Ben?
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, Ben. I forgot.
All right. I think we've got time now for a Dear Lesser Saint. That article was not as interesting as I thought it was going to be. I feel robbed.
Yeah, no, it was just some dumb bitch in the fucking grocery store being like, "You want me to make PB&Js for you for twice the price that it would cost for the materials?" It's like, yeah, you're paying for the convenience. It's, you dumb fucking cunt. All right, which one do you guys want to do?
I don't know which one should we.
Oh, let's do the neighbor's dinner invite. I have some thoughts about this.
All right, give me a moment. I've got to prep stuff.
I've got it pulled up.
All right. Neighbor's dinner.
It's not going to let me do it without turning off my ad blocker. Fuck off.
That's weird.
All right.
Which ad block
Which
do you
one
use?
is it on?
It's
which
the
site?
mlive.com.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, that explains why it wasn't giving me the full thing, so.
Fuck you, Michigan.
Yeah.
No, I meant at the top. It wasn't giving me the full list. I was just getting... It's time to be honest about why you won't accept.
Yeah. All right. Dear Lesser Saints, my husband and I retired a few years ago to a neighborhood where most of the residents are our age, and we've become friendly with the widow next door. My husband and I help her out with minor home issues she runs into and some light gardening. We are happy to do this. She and I also occasionally get together for coffee. Sweet. Very cute. She recently called to invite us to dinner at her house with her sister, whom we have met, and her sister's husband. Lesser Saints, I don't want to start socializing over dinners with her. My husband and I are introverts, and I have anxiety issues. Although I have entertained on a small scale occasionally over the years, usually just one couple, I become extremely anxious and I'm miserable until it is over. I want my retirement years to be as stress-free as possible. We also are particular about the foods that we eat. She sends food over occasionally that I end up throwing out. Her brother lives close by, keeps completely to himself, and has nothing to do with any neighbors. I'm thinking of telling her, or using the excuse, that my husband is pretty much like her brother and isn't interested in getting together for dinners. Is this rude, or is there a more polite way of doing it?
I think this is a fair question.
This is a legitimate question.
Yeah.
I say you already occasionally get coffee together. Go to the dinner.
Go to one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're already on friendly terms.
This feels like it's more about her trying to pay you back for the help that you've done for her.
I would definitely mention the dietary restrictions you've been dealing with, because I wouldn't want her wasting food.
Yeah. You know, I understand, you know, being introverted to an extent myself and not having the best social battery.
Yeah, I know that exactly.
Sometimes you gotta, as hard as it is, sometimes you gotta be open with people.
Yeah, especially if you're going out and helping her with her garden and stuff, and like she brings you food. Like, this is her way of saying thanks, and she wants you to be a part of her life.
Yeah.
Now, go to this dinner. After this dinner, maybe talk to her in private and be like, hey, I like our coffee chats a lot more than like a whole dinner thing.
Yeah.
And do that. She's also a widow. She's lonely. She wants friends. Like, facilitate that a little bit. You don't have to go out of your way. Go to this dinner. Be nice. Let her know about dietary restrictions if you have them. As long as you're not like, we only eat dino nuggies and ketchup.
Like,
I'm sure it's workable.
you're sitting there going, well, we are... I don't know what their diet thing is, but apparently they're just particular about food, so it may not even be allergies that you could be like, hey...
Yeah, just picky eaters.
We're pescatarian, or I'm allergic to onions, and my husband is allergic to whatever the fuck was in that fish you sent us one time.
Yeah, open the dialogue to talk about. Just at minimum, ask her, "Oh, what are you planning on serving?" Oh, well, my husband and I, we don't really like that. We're more on this range of food. Do something. She's looking for people to interact with. Elder loneliness is a fucking epidemic. And it's like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons why, you know, for, like, my dad lives with her now, but I still make a point of visiting my grandmother at least once a week.
Yeah.
Mainly because
Yeah,
I'm
my
out of
grandma-
work and I actually have the time to do it.
My
But-
grandma dealt with that a little bit. She's a social butterfly, but she's dealt with that a little bit until we sold her condo, or she sold her condo, and moved into an old folks' home with low assistive living needs. And she was part of the choir. She had all these things that she was doing. She was having a fun time.
Yeah. Yeah, this is someone that has lost her husband.
Yeah.
And
Someone that she likely spent decades with prior
Yeah.
to this.
go to the dinner, power through it. If you can find a nice way to say, like, and steer her in the direction of, like, foods that you might like more, do that. However, next time you're gardening or getting coffee, bring up, like, hey, I like these more casual situations with you when we're just getting coffee, or you're bringing us lemonade while we garden and things like that. Yeah, bring it up later, but go to this dinner because I'm sure it means a lot to her. And it seems like you like her, so, you know.
Yes. I said, you know, like,
This is about her. This isn't about you.
you're already on friendly terms with this person, so you can open up to them about your personal hang-ups and anxieties afterwards.
Yeah.
Since you haven't already.
Yeah, and she's bringing other people into the mix, which I'm sure is increasing your anxiety. Like, I know about this because there was one time, good friend of mine, I was the best man at his wedding.
Wow, he had a small friend pool.
I know, right?
Really
Hey,
slim pickings there.
Yeah, he was coming over to this side of the state. And then, like, the day that we were supposed to hang out and, like, go to the zoo together and stuff, he was like, oh, it turns out my brother's over here, too. So we're all going to go together with all of our kids and stuff. And I straight up told him, no, I'm not doing that because of my own anxiety. Because I wanted to... I
I was
don't know,
like, sorry, bro, but that's not what I signed up for.
Yeah, I signed up for hanging out with you. I don't know I don't know your brother, like, at all. I've met him like once, maybe. But I don't know. While your kids are distracted by animals, I want to tell you some dirty jokes. And I don't think I can do that with your brother around. I have to put on a face now. And I don't want to do that. Yeah.
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 Because even as the best man at his wedding, because
You couldn't
his family
entirely
is
be
like
yourself.
super religious, and so I had to put on a face for that entire thing too.
Yeah. As I said, you couldn't entirely be yourself.
Well, you're at a wedding. If you're ever entirely yourself.
Not only I couldn't be his friend. That's the thing. Which is part of being myself.
Yeah.
You say I couldn't entirely be myself. Yes, that is correct. But that also means I couldn't be his friend that he loves. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I spent when I was best man at my best friend's wedding. I spent the majority of the time fixing all of the guys' suits. I had to tie the father of the bride's tie.
Oof.
I had to iron everyone's suits. I was busy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I know exactly what you mean by I couldn't just be his friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, go to the dinner. Show us some love.
Yeah. I mean, unless, like, I can understand it, but if you've been dealing with this anxiety for years, maybe you should be seeking help for it instead of just allowing it to to control your life.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I didn't even think about that factor. Yeah, don't define
Well, I
yourself
just
by
thought
your
of it, so you're
anxiety.
good.
Yeah, don't define yourself by your anxiety. There are things you're going to have to power through and just do.
Life's not that simple.
It's
Yep.
It's not that simple, but it also kind of is. It's
Brief fact about me: I was terrified of learning how to drive.
Oh, I was too.
yeah.
It took me a very, very long time before I got my license.
I was 18 before I actually tried to learn how to drive. 18 or 19, something like that.
I was driving since I was 7.
It took me a lot longer than that.
Well, the only reason I got my license was because I was working for a company, and they needed someone to... They needed someone to be able to drive vans to, like, the mechanic and whatnot. And, so I needed a license.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see what Abby has to say.
Yeah.
Alright.
Give us your take, bitch.
It's probably shit. Your neighbor may have invited you for dinner as a way to repay the many favors you and your husband have done for her. Okay, I said that.
Yeah. We're off to a
not
decent
tell
start.
do not tell her your husband is like her brother, because you don't know the reason her brother is the way he is. All right, that's fair.
Mhm.
Yeah. Also fair.
That's a fair take that we didn't touch on, but yeah, absolutely
I
fair.
think because we kind of forgot about it.
We
Well,
were
we
too focused
decided
on the
to
other stuff.
completely ignore coming up with an excuse.
Mhm. Yeah, because we ultimately decided that she doesn't need to come up with an excuse. Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honesty
Don't be a
or
pussy.
fucking suck it up.
A preferable solution to your problem would be to be honest. Tell her you enjoy your occasional coffees together, but you have anxiety issues, which is why, although you like her very much, you would not be comfortable socializing with her sister and brother-in-law. All right. Not bad advice,
No,
but
could have expanded a bit more.
depending on how old she is, she's a widow. She wants company. So do the one dinner, and then on the next coffee hangout, talk to her about, like, hey, I don't like doing dinners. I really enjoy these more casual situations, getting coffee. Do
Yeah.
that. Yeah. I feel like our entire chat's watching Jeff now. If we even have a chat.
And you have to try not to make it entirely about you. You have to keep the other person in mind.
Yeah. Yeah, start a book club with her. I don't know. You seem to enjoy her company if you're getting coffee occasionally. So yeah, like, put a, I don't know, give each other a goal. Start a book club. Like, hey, you want to read 1984? And we talk about each chapter every week when we get coffee?
Well, here's the other thing. Your complaint is about hosting. Oh, I've hosted, but I was anxious the entire... You're not being asked to host this time either. It's another thing to keep in mind.
Yeah. Enjoy the company.
Yeah,
Alright.
because you're not getting any younger.
Oh, I forgot about this article.
Huh?
The Unilad article. If Rimshee's down to do it.
This is
And if
under
you're down to do
news
it.
articles.
Woman reveals the most unattractive hobby a man can have.
Is that in topics? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's in topics.
Oh yeah, topics. I was looking in the wrong spot.
Yeah,
we can
get it.
Yeah, we can hit this real quick.
Yeah, we can spend a good, like, 10 minutes on this.
I don't like this woman's face.
It's like Uncanny Valley shit.
Yeah. Alright,
I got it.
Alright.
Woman reveals the most unattractive hobby a man can have and gets savagely trolled. YouTuber Liz Wheeler managed to annoy both men and women with her comments. An American right-wing commentator has been ridiculed by both men and women after making a claim about the most unattractive hobby men can have. Nothing says out of touch like both men and women laughing at your hot take on social media. While Twitter is full of nonsense and ridiculous takes about just about everything, right-wing commentator Liz Wheeler might think twice before giving any more dating advice on the platform. In a
I
widely
have no
polarizing
idea.
post,
I have no idea why they feel the need to constantly remind us that she's right-wing.
Yeah, it's a little distracting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In a
doesn't
widely
matter.
polarizing post, she appeared to show a picture indicating that that's
how
not
we know
how
the
that's
article's real.
spelled.
There's a typo.
I think they somehow spelled indicting, but even then I don't think it's spelled right. What are the least attractive hobbies for men according to women? However, it is quite important to note the post has already been community noted since being posted on August 20th. It seems people weren't quite happy with the source of "dude, trust me, bro." The graph showed that out of a score of 100, playing video games garnered a score of 90% unattractiveness. This was followed by collecting figurines at 85, magic tricks at 80, and online trolling at 75. Doesn't like
Man,
magic.
I do
I
three
wonder
out of
how
those
I
four
ever got
things.
married.
I do 3 out of those 4 things.
Yeah.
If I had expendable money, I would have so many action figures and figurines.
Yeah.
It would be fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, if I had the money and the shelf space, I'd have so many figurines, I'd have so many magic tricks, and I do the other two.
Yeah.
So according to this, how the fuck did I ever get married?
Also, like, playing video games, that's like, I've been meaning to talk about this for a while. I haven't figured out the right way to really phrase it or anything like that, but like, making fun of somebody for playing video games is like making fun of somebody for reading books or watching movies. It's an entertainment medium. It's not. I don't know. Help me out, guys.
I just go to the
think
very
movies are a better example, but it's like,
I just go to the very basic thing, is that people need escapism.
yeah.
If that's a book, or that's a movie, or that's a video game, it's still escapism. It's just what method do you what method best suits you? A book engrosses your imagination specifically. All 3 of these involve looking at it, but a book will involve specifically your imagination to create these images that the author is trying to describe. A movie will let you shut down your brain and
Take you on a journey.
Take you on a journey. A video game lets you make your own decisions and lets you go on a journey.
Well, depending on the game.
Yeah,
Obviously.
But
obviously.
that's the big thing about video games, though, is the interactive element.
Yeah.
Like,
Basically,
unlike
a
a
book-
movie, when something happens on the screen when you're playing a video game, you can say, I did that.
Yeah.
Because you did.
Well, it's like that, remember when that kid beat Tetris for the first time in the last, like, 40 years?
Yeah, actually broke Tetris.
Yeah. And that news anchor was like, maybe you should go outside and play or something. It's like, are you fucking kidding me?
Also, the fact that he managed to do that, like, when he did that, I think it was only, like, a few weeks after he lost his father.
Alright. Yeah, there's a couple other factors. He just lost his dad like a month before. It was also winter. So going outside to play,
At least where
Not-
he was.
yeah, can be fun, but you know, you're limited. And he also did a feat that people have been trying for 40 fucking years at 11 years old. And I don't think anybody's been able to replicate it since.
Well, there was a guy who did it not long afterwards because he was in striking range of getting it done. It's just that the kid managed to get to it first. Because they figured out exactly what you would have to do to get it to happen.
Yeah. But he did it at, I think he was 11, right? Maybe 12?
I can't remember. I think he was 13 at oldest.
Okay.
But the
He might have
thing
been
is that, like,
regardless.
when he did that, though, the other thing is, like, there were thousands of people watching that stream.
Yeah,
And they
Be-
fucking celebrated.
Yeah, this one guy can go suck it.
yeah. Because of my involvement in like the speedrunning community, my phone blew up that day.
Yeah.
Like
There are
'cause
certain landmarks when it comes to video games and speedrunning that only happen once.
yeah.
First,
And that kid
or
did
an
that.
obvious
And that
example.
Fucking news lady dismissed it like it's okay, whatever. No, you have no idea how major that fucking accomplishment was. Like that was
Summoning Salt has a nearly 2-hour video explaining the history of Tetris speedruns.
yeah,
Well, not speedruns, world record attempts.
yeah. And this kid was able to do it, and he dedicated it to his dad.
Because he mastered a technique that a lot of people can't do.
Well,
It's
that
called
technique
rolling.
only came out like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, it's very new.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the tapping technique. Yeah.
No, rolling. Rolling is the technique
rolling.
that got it
Yeah.
to that point.
But yeah, that's only 4 or 5 years old.
Because for years, people thought, like, oh, the kill screen on Tetris is like, the blocks are just moving too fast. You can't play on that. Until people figured out how to play on that.
Yeah, by rolling. And then the bar kept getting farther and farther. And then he was able to create a Tetris on this level and break the game, which is how you technically beat Tetris. Yeah.
Well, no, it's like you have to, you specifically, between those, you have to clear like one line.
Yeah.
And that causes the game to brick. Because its programming the programming on Tetris becomes so fucking unstable the further you go into the game, because you were never meant to get that far. The programmers never planned for it.
Yeah.
This is specifically Super Nintendo Tetris. No, NES Tetris.
No,
NES
yeah,
Tetris.
no, it was NES. Yeah.
Yeah, not original Tetris. This is specifically NES Tetris.
Yeah. Yeah, and for that news lady to just be like, go play outside, you fucking scrub. That's not what she said, but that's like, that's what I heard.
Yeah,
When
it's
she
kind of
said
the
that.
implication. It's just like, just like,
Fucking nerd.
it's like, oh, you did something that people years ago thought was impossible in a video game. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you did something that's going to go down in gaming history. Whatever. I
Yeah,
hate
like-
this dismissiveness about like video games. I don't understand why it's still going on.
Yeah, like my response is just like, bitch, do you know how many local news anchors get forgotten and will never be thought about again. That's your future.
Actually, no, it's
Enjoy
not,
that.
because she was so dismissive. There's always gonna be people going, it's like, that bitch!
Yeah.
No, she'll be forgotten about long before his accomplishment is.
She might be infamous because people will fucking hate her forever. She was a fucking cunt.
Yeah, like this whole thing, it's like, you know, like, oh, you know, like this bitch apparently said that like playing video games is just like not just a red flag, but like a deal breaker. It's like, I don't understand why guys don't understand this. It's like,
You
Man,
finding
you
it
just-
a deal breaker is a deal breaker for us.
do you just have no
it's
fucking
one of our red
joy
flag
in your
warning
life?
signs.
Yeah. I was very lucky to grow up in a house with parents that were gamers. They have computers set up next to each other. And they're just sitting there and game. Not necessarily playing together or anything like that. They're just both gaming. Having a good time. Like,
You know, like it was, I think it was Rags was on EFAP once, and he was talking about how he was like going through some stuff at his parents' house, and he found notebooks that his dad had, and they were notebooks where he had written down notes for himself for video games that he had been playing.
yeah.
You know, like working out puzzle solutions or like remembering where certain items were and shit.
My parents still have VHSs that I recorded because I was playing Majora's Mask.
Yeah, to remember what you did.
Yeah. Yeah, those VHS tapes still exist. So I would record like what I was doing at the time because I had to restart the day and I had to rush to that spot, you know. Still my least favorite Zelda game.
I gained a new appreciation for it after playing it again.
This storyline is pretty cool, but I don't like timers.
Like, not just like the time, but just like mechanics in general, a Zelda game has not been as ambitious since, in my opinion.
Yeah. That's fair enough. Yeah, I just didn't like the time constraint. I wanted to
I get
explore
that.
the world.
Lucky for my son, he's got a gamer dad, so as he gets older, he's gonna learn how to build a PC. He doesn't have to play games. If he ends up being a gamer himself, I am happy to play with him. But if he ends up being more of a kid who loves to go outside and play baseball and stuff like that and never really gets into games, I'll support him in that. I'm not gonna be as good at that.
That
But,
just
That's
reminded me, like,
that's what it was like when, like, I learned how to read because of Ocarina of Time. I saw my dad playing it, and it was like, "Hey, Dad, can I play?" He's like, "Can you read that?" No. Gotta learn to read first. First thing I did, I went to the little bucket, and I pulled out Hooked on Phonics, and I started reading right then. Learning how to read right then. And I would lay on the couch, learning how to read while my dad was playing Zelda Ocarina of Time. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
my dad's copy of Ocarina, his N64 copy, is actually one of the original unaltered North American editions.
Yeah.
So it's still got like the moon and star symbol on the mirror shield.
Nice.
That's what I have too.
Yeah, that's what I have too.
Because
I gotta find it. I have no idea what happened to those cartridges, but I
when
absolutely
the game
had
originally released, certain backwards countries in the Middle East threw a fit about it.
Well, you get that shield in the desert. I thought it was an homage.
It was,
Yeah,
but do you really think that these people are gonna be like, "Oh, you were trying to honor us"? Awesome. No, they're gonna bitch. Bitch, bitch, whine, whine,
Yeah.
complain, complain. Fuck off.
I shouldn't say I had that cartridge. I should say my family has that cartridge.
I've got a yeah. I'm not sure where the
That
cartridge is.
That N64 just sort of goes around to family members with all the cartridges and stuff.
The original mirror shield design was cooler.
The only cartridge I know the location of is this guy.
I don't know. I can't see that. Oh, Mario 64?
Yep. And I have my old N64.
Good game.
That's a beloved.
Yeah, you want to
speedrunning
talk
game.
about what controller I used? Back when
Maybe because when
ergonomics
you-
were the thing.
Show that again.
Okay.
Oh, you did a third party.
Yeah, this is Mad Catz.
Oh no!
But that's when they actually had good controllers. Not all of them.
There's actually a guy that did a YouTube video on the history of Mad Catz and their controllers. It's pretty abysmal.
I'm not surprised.
I think.
But
I
this
had
one
seen
was
that same
actually
video.
nice. Because it tilts
sir, I think I've seen
it
the
tilts
same
the
video.
one hand way down,
Yeah.
so that you're sitting there more like this than like this.
Yeah, like that driving wheel that he tried to use with Gran Turismo.
No.
All right. Maybe we should call it now.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We've been the Lesser Saints of Discords.
Yeah, just we're just over here. We're doing our
Yep.
thing.
We'll be back same time, same place next week. Hey, I'm Jables, and this is the Lesser Saints Discord.